What's up, everyone? This is Curtis from Black Heroes, and I am with Fives. What's good, Fives?
How's it going?
It's going well. And about almost a year ago, we made a video where I had to defend the best character in Naruto.
Jesus.
So,
No.
we're going to run it back, but this time the roles have reversed. Now Fives has to defend the worst character in Naruto. So, good luck.
You ain't even that bad.
She's pretty bad.
Oh god, here we go.
And the character is Sakura Haruno from Naruto. So this got to be like a whole entire court session. We just need the Law and Order, like, don't in this. Like, I have the evidence on deck. Like, okay, like I said, I don't hate Sakura, but there's some stuff where I'm just like, there's a reason why people say she's useless. They didn't say it for no reason.
I'll agree and disagree at the same time.
I will find, you know what? I got my evidence. Now here, Exhibit A. At the very beginning of the show, she had the gall, the nerve, to talk junk about an orphan to an orphan. I remember this like it was yesterday. It was right at the beginning. She was like just dogging Naruto in front of Sasuke. And Sasuke literally just called her annoying, which she was. So how are you going to say that to someone who is also an orphan?
Because you're annoying.
Okay, listen. I'll see your Exhibit A and I'll raise you Exhibit A2. The orphan comment, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We can all agree, not her best moment. We can also agree she was very young. Children do not typically have a filter. Not to mention, she's already, as we've seen, fed up with Naruto as a whole. Does that excuse it? No, but at the same time, most people in the village saw him for a lot worse than an orphan. I think we could cut her some slack. Not to mention, probably majority of the class that they were in also saw him as just the weird orphan kid. Like, she's not the only one, she's just the one that voiced it.
But my thing is, why say it to the worst possible person you can say it to?
Again, she's a kid, no filter. They're kind of ruthless.
Okay, you know, I will only agree with that because I remember you told me a story about like how your sister just how she acted towards you.
Her villain era.
Now it's her villain arc. But hey, you got good character development out of that.
I did. I think she did too in the end, thank God.
But I mean, I can somewhat agree. You know, she was a kid, but at the same time, though, like she had to have known about Sasuke's history and known that he probably is the one person that understands Naruto the most.
True,
So,
but I think
don't
she
know.
was counting on how he acted towards Naruto and his seeming dislike of Naruto. I think she was trying to score points with him on that front, not even thinking of the fact that, you know, his whole village is gone.
And that was only a few years from that. So the scars are there, but still fresh.
So I'll admit, that doesn't paint her in a very good light to start out with.
Not a good start. The fact that he still married her. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. The fact that she still married him, we can get to that later. But anyway.
Okay, my next Exhibit B, and this is more so the main crutch I have against Sakura. It's that to me, at the beginning, she was wasted potential. And I say that because during the Land of Waves arc, after their first encounter with Zabuza, they was training their chakra control. Sasuke and Naruto were struggling with this. Sakura did it with flying colors. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, like as far as like, you know, controlling her chakra, she's the best. So that means she might do some cool things in the near future. Wind up not doing a damn thing.
I agree. I thought her potential was really amazing to start out with, and you know, as a girl, it's cool to see a girl like exceeding expectations while the two boys on the team are not doing so great. And I'll admit that, again, she didn't really grow too much, though I will raise you the Chunin exam a little bit, we can get into. But I think that helps her character more than anything, that she started out great. Granted, it doesn't help her character that she was underutilized afterward.
It was just like, I guess, you know, I wasn't angry. I was disappointed. I was that disappointed parent.
No, no. That's even
Like I
worse.
was like you could have done better. Like I was hoping eventually she would have some like crazy jutsu that was gonna steal the show. No, and I'm so glad you mentioned the tuning exam because there's the next part of my argument.
Sure.
And it was right after, okay, no, actually during their fight with Orochimaru. If Sasuke didn't do anything, they were dead. Sakura didn't do anything, couldn't do anything.
I mean, but if you're gonna say that, then you also have to say that no one was doing anything about Orochimaru, nor should they have been expected to be able to do anything against someone of his caliber at this point in time.
Hey, Sasuke tried.
I mean, I'll bring up the hair thing because that seems to be a point in which people think she's just stupid for cutting her hair. Which, to be fair, yeah.
I wasn't going to mention that one. There's a part after that that I was going to mention.
I know. But there's the whole thing that people are like, she could have stabbed this part, this part, this part. Fair. Let's also point out the whole comment she makes towards the beginning of the show that she grew her hair out because there was a rumor going around that Sasuke liked longer hair. I think for this is part of her development as a character before it just drops, where she forgets about, like, having to look pretty, having to rely on someone for a second, and she just takes it into her own hands and says, okay, the hair has to go, I don't care, like, I gotta do what I gotta do. Like, I don't care about Sasuke right now, this is about me, and I'm gonna do something.
Okay, you know what, I agree about that to a certain degree, because I still feel like she could have done more. Granted, you are right, it was because she always want to look pretty, and this is the moment she needed to like, actually be in the dirt and fight. But is what happened afterwards that kind of gets me. Like, she had this big triumphant moment. I'm like, oh, this is it. I don't think she's gonna win, but she's definitely gonna, do something. All she did was bite the guy on his wrist. And he's just punching her like it was the equivalent like you shooing a dog away. I felt so bad for her in that moment.
Never let him know your next move, I guess.
Cause I was like, no, Sakura, do anything else, please. You're gonna die.
But yeah, it doesn't amount to anything in the end of that. That's pretty sad.
Cause luckily Lee was there.
For real though.
And even he got bodied. So that's why I knew, like, okay, Sakura was not winning that fight. But I thought she was gonna hold her own until Lee got there. And then maybe they could have tag teamed them. If they was struggling, that's when Neji and Tenten came in. But nah, it took Sasuke waking up from his nap.
Literally waking up.
Truly save her. Oh man. And just for the record, my boy defending his future wife.
That he didn't even see as anything other than a nuisance, okay?
Hey, nah, cause he was like, hey Sakura, who did this to you?
Nah.
He went to go put in work. But that's just the whole thing with Sakura at the beginning of Naruto. It's like, there's so many moments that she had or she could shine, but she just didn't. And I
think that's fair. I also think, I don't know if it's fair to bring up that the writer, the creator, just kind of saw her as a side character and wrote her as such. I don't know if it's fair to bring that up, and then also to bring up that, like, pretty much every female character minus one or two aren't written the greatest. But I feel like it's worth mentioning that, like, he didn't know, for one, what he wanted Sakura to be, and for two, how to write Sakura. That's my argument.
No, I've heard about that as well.
Have really, really good moments, but they're outweighed by all of the things that she doesn't do or isn't written to do. And it's kind of sad.
Like, my retort to that is that, yes, Kishimoto wasn't the best at writing female characters, but I feel like he still gave everyone else a time to shine, like their moment. Like, case in point, Hinata, when she went up against Neji, she was not winning. Let's just go and say that she was not winning, but like, she earned my respect that day. She tried.
I think
Tamari was a badass.
Okay, Tamari I will give you. But again, Tamari is a very, very side character, and the only time she does show up is to banter with Shikamaru for the most part, because everybody loves Shikamaru, and that's great. I love him, and I love her. I love them as a couple. But she wasn't given any opportunity outside of that and Gaara to do anything, in my opinion. So he still relied heavily on the male characters to carry the female characters.
It's still crazy to me, like you said that they're side characters, but shouldn't the main female character have like their ultimate moment? Like I said, Tamari had a moment, Hinata had a moment, even Tenten. Honestly, if Tenten did not go up against Tamari, she would have had a way better showing in the tuning exam. I know people like dog on her that she got bodied, but it was just the wrong opponent. If she went up against anyone else besides Gaara and Lee, she probably would have won.
I think that's a bit of a stretch. But I mean, I guess I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't remember Hinata shining at all. That's what I'm gonna say. I feel like a lot of people that hate on Sakura really love Hinata as a character, and to me, she was just the tiny, timid thing. I don't remember her having her moment to shine, and even like, we could fast forward it into like Shippuden if we want, but like even her going up against Neji, we all knew what was going to happen against Neji. And so, yeah, she may have held her own for a second, but to me that wasn't like showing potential in her at all. It was just showing like her desire to look good for her clan. That's what it showed to me, and I don't think that that's very good character-wise. And that's why, like, I don't dislike Hinata by any means. I think she is precious. But I don't understand how somebody could say, out of all the female characters, Hinata is the best girl and Sakura is trash, when Sakura is given more opportunity than Hinata is, and Hinata doesn't do a lot with her small opportunities either. I don't know.
I don't know, like someone who has all the opportunities and don't do anything with it, or someone with small opportunities that does a little bit with it. Because we gotta remember, in her fight with Ino, like who won that fight, Favs?
I know, yeah. I think that was a bad matchup too, though. I think some of those tuning exams were just not... Or, I'm sorry. I just think that some of those matchups were not good. I mean, it wasn't no Gaara and Lee. That was a good one. That was a good one to see, but... I don't know. Some of them just didn't, I don't think, had the same opportunities.
Do you remember the one with Naruto and Kiba where Naruto won because of a fart?
I can't.
And I guess my last point for the beginning of Naruto is during the Sasuke retrieval arc. Answer me this: why didn't Sakura go with them on the mission, or like volunteer to go on the mission?
Yeah, I don't really understand that to this day. I will be completely honest with you. You would think she would be first in line, like, nope, I'm going. That's future husband. Like, I'm going. I can't even remember why she didn't go, if I'm being 100% honest. I tried to research it because it's been a hot minute since I watched it, and I could not figure out why she stayed behind.
See, I made the joke where, like, okay, she tried when Sasuke was walking out, like, through the front gate.
Oh my god.
And she's like, oh, well, Naruto, I tried and failed, so good luck. And, okay, that's one of the moments where, like, I mean, she did try. She did try to keep Sasuke in the village. And I think that was one of the few moments they had together where they was like, okay, there could have been a nice romance there, possibly.
Yeah, I agree. That was like the one moment I would give in original Naruto, other than her being a typical, like, love-struck queen girl. Like, that would be the moment I would be like, oh, okay, this is real feelings. And even the way he handled the situation, you're like, okay, maybe there's something there. But...
oh, wait a minute, I gotta back up a little bit. I almost forgot. Let's talk about how she almost died. During the first fight between Sasuke and Naruto on that rooftop.
That was rough.
Instead of like trying to break them up, instead of like throwing out some cool technique to stop it, what does she do? She runs in the middle of their almost clash, and they can't stop.
Okay,
so if Kakashi wasn't there.
That's an instinctual thing, though. Let's be real. Like, you got two of your best friends. One of them you care about in a loving way. One of them you just kind of tolerate for now. But you still care about. They're trying to literally kill each other in your eyes. What do you do? I think as like a normal human reaction, you would be like either in shock, you can't move because you're watching an unfurl before you, or you do her thing where you're just like, I don't know what to do, but I'm running. I'm running. Like, what do I do? Like, you guys gotta stop.
But you're a ninja. do something ninja like.
But you're still a kid and you're still learning. Like those two, we could talk about how they reacted completely wrong. But like, I think that's the problem is a lot more characters are given room to fail or do something stupid, but the minute she does it because she wasn't developed properly, she's thrown into the dirt and kicked. Like, I don't know. I feel like as a normal human, like, reaction, that made sense. But then can we also talk about when Kakashi shows up because that's glorious too to this day.
Oh my god, it is. And okay, little side note, I always know that moment supposed to like tell the difference in strength between Sasuke and Naruto, but I always didn't see it that way. I know Sasuke was pissed off, but I saw it as like their jutsus were different. Their Rasengan is designed to blast an opponent back. The
Right.
Chidori is like a thrusting technique, so of course the Chidori isn't gonna blast a hole in the wall like Naruto's did. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was always kind of weird to me. I know it's supposed to show the difference in strength. I always kind of saw that, but there's still two different jutsus though.
Yeah.
Granted, I still think Naruto probably would have won that clash in the end though. So sorry, Sasuke. I love you still.
God. Imagine if they had Flash though, that would have been catastrophic. Oof.
We would have had a
Sakura
dead
would have been
Sakura.
dead. Sasuke would have been near dead.
Oh, Naruto would have felt bad. He murdered his friend. I was murdering
He'd be
his
kicked out the
best
village. We would have
friend.
had a Naruto retrieval arc. Like,
but another thing with Sakura is like her treatment of Naruto. Granted, it got better over time,
it did.
but I still feel like she kind of like played Naruto in a certain because she knew that Naruto liked her,
That's
but
true.
I feel like she kind of used that in a way. And that's why I'm kind of glad and this happened in Shippuden where she tried to do that like fake confession that, oh Naruto, I love you. I'm so glad that my Chad friend Naruto knew what was up.
I'll get
It
to
was
that
like-
point later, but there is a point we gotta talk about before that happens, in which Homegirl defeats a high-level member of, like, the Akatsuki. Can we talk about
No,
that?
she didn't. No, she didn't.
Oh,
She
but
did not.
she did, though, because what happens to
No.
Chio? You guys can make the argument all day long that Chio's the one who won that fight, but what happened to Chio? Do you guys remember? Because I sure remember her getting kicked out of that fight because Sasori was sick of her interfering.
See, I'm not even talking about Chio. I am talking about Sasori himself. And I looked this up.
Oh,
Sasori
dear.
gave up. He did not want to fight. He literally he gave up on the fight. He intentionally let himself get stabbed.
Either way, like, she was
But
in that fight was the reason that he did decide to just give up on it. If that is the case, it was because she was fighting him with Chio. Like, she still won that fight either way. Like, we could, like, if he lost the fight, he still lost the fight. Even if it's by his own term, like, she still won the fight. Like, we could go back and forth on that, and
hey, like
definitely held her own
when-
in that fight.
Hey, like I have some friends that wouldn't give Sasuke his dub against Deidara because he blew himself up.
We ain't gonna get into Sasuke. That dude. We know how
But no,
we know how each other feels on Sasuke. That dude,
But
Killer B should have won that easily, and he did.
even though Sasori like did basically forfeit the fight, I will still give Sakura her flowers. She did really well throughout the whole entire fight.
I think
It was like,
we
did she
see a
have
lot
aid
of
from
how.
Chio?
Yeah,
But she still had to kind of like operate to not die because like one mistake and she would have got hit by the poison and she would have died. So
exactly.
she
I think
worked really hard in that fight.
she did, and I think we see a glimpse of how smart she really is too, to be able to adapt to that situation where you don't have control of your body for the most part, and you're being pulled around by some invisible chakra strings by some old lady, and you still have to be aware of what you can do. Like, I think it shows how smart she is and how talented of a ninja she is, that she was able to do as much as she did in that fight.
And to give her more flowers, this is even before that fight. The second bell test. Like that was the moment I was like, oh my god, Sakura, you've done it.
Yeah.
You're up there now. Because even Kakashi was taken aback by it. He was like, oh shit.
Yeah, dude, he was shocked. He was like, wait just a minute, what?
Like, when could you do this? So, beginning of Shippuden, that's when like you finally got to see like Sakura like keeping up with Naruto and Sasuke.
Correct, as much as she could. I mean, they each got their training from very powerful people. It was really cool to see her actually do something interesting. But then, like we brought up with Sasori, like, what happens to her after that? Not a lot. Not a lot.
Oh, no. Okay, now let's fast forward a little bit to the pain arc. And this is what disappointed me the most. You mean tell me you got this much stronger and you just was nothing but a damsel in distress and screaming Naruto's name so you can make one of probably the coolest entrances ever?
Okay, in her defense, what do you do against something that has that level? Like, what do you do? And what did Hokage do? Like, what did anyone do?
Wait, Hinata stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, what did she do? No, what did she do?
Naruto.
What happened to her when she stepped to the plate? What happened?
Okay, she knew she could not beat Pain.
It don't
but
matter.
That wasn't the goal.
That doesn't
the
give
goal
her
was to
points
like
of
break
any
those
kind.
rods, pinning him down.
No, that doesn't give her points of any kind to step up and be like, you leave Naruto alone just to get bitch slapped 50 feet into the air. Like, no, that doesn't give you any kind of points.
She did get one hit in.
Dude said you're not even worth it.
Like, the only thing Sakura did in the paint art was in the actual anime opening. That's all I seen her do action-wise. That doesn't even count. Which I would have loved to have seen that. I think in the opening she went up against Conan. That would have been epic.
That would have been
I
cool.
would have loved to have seen that.
They put that in the opening and not put that in the anime. That's a weird thing to me.
Right, because it was Sakura and two other people against Conan. And that would have been so cool to see.
That would have been cool.
But still, at least Hinata did something.
That wasn't
She
something.
tried.
All she did was prevent like a few seconds of time and make Naruto get even more angry. Like, is that what we want Sakura to do? Is just step up and get hit so that somebody gets mad enough to actually do something? Because let's be honest, that's what it seems like the female characters are good for: is taking a hit and getting someone angry.
If Hinata didn't do anything, Pain won. If she didn't step up, Naruto was done.
And again, I raise you, what the fuck was the Hokage doing, or literally anyone higher level than a Hinata? Like, what were they doing?
Hurt. They all got blown up.
Exactly, that's the whole point. Like, why is it that a bunch of damn kids are just standing there and one of them has to be like, sir, please stop?
Well, in Tsunade's case, like, she was using most of her chakra to like heal everyone, so she was already drained. Because she tried to step up to Pain, and Naruto saw her and was like, no, I got this. Because she was already, like, almost out of chakra. So Hokage couldn't do anything. Sakura was okay. You know what I'm saying? She had a little dust up and a little couple scrapes, but she was okay.
That's true.
Like, I think she could at least... I think Sakura had the power to at least take out one Pain. She could take out at least one of them.
It would have been interesting to see her fight at least one. Maybe not the main one, obviously. Like, no one was touching that dude. But to see her take on one of his other little things would have been interesting.
And see, that goes back to the beginning when I said, like, it's like, even though she's stronger, it's still a little bit of wasted potential with her. Granted, she did have a good moment during the war arc. That's a good couple moments in the war arc. I will give her that.
But
it's a
yeah,
shame that took the end of the series for her to get that moment.
From Sasori until then, like, or Sasori, I don't know how to say his name, but from that point until that point, like, there's not a lot that happens with her. I mean, she does do the Tsunade route where she starts healing people, and that's cool, but, like, it's very insignificant in the face of what Naruto and Sasuke are accomplishing. And that, I think, is what is sad with her character, because, again, as we pointed out from the beginning, girl had potential. Potential galore. Like, we were waiting for a moment, and then we got a moment, and then there was literally nothing. Like, it's heartbreaking to see a character with that much potential not do anything.
Unfortunately, you know, I gotta, talk a little bit of smack about my favorite real quick. So give me a moment. I can do this. I can get there.
Breathe through it.
Sasuke did not help Sakura's development whatsoever.
And I think a lot of people miss that. I think they see Love Struck Girl not doing anything, but at the same time, he did not help anything along with her.
It's like every time she's just around Sasuke, she just turns to mush. Like,
Yeah.
Like the one time where she thought she had the confidence, like, okay, you know what? I'll be the one to take Sasuke out. And look what she did. She was close, but she just could not bring herself to do it.
It was pretty impressive. It was pretty impressive, and if she could have just did it, it would have been very impressive. But no.
I mean, granted, you know, she still cares for Sasuke. I think that's the first time they've seen each other for a good little while. So she's only heard about the terrible things that he's done. She never got to see it. But I think when she finally witnessed it, she was kind of like, okay, maybe he's too far gone.
It's
But
heartbreaking.
at the same time, I'm like, you can still at least incapacitate him, though. Like,
but is he out to
he's a criminal
incapacitate?
now.
I think his exact words were, "I'm going to kill you."
oh my god! But I feel like, and you know, Sasuke, he was corrupted during that time. I kind of knew, he knew that Sakura was kind of just bullshitting.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So in that moment, like, he didn't give a fuck about anybody. I can say that he didn't care. Like the first time he tried to kill her, that should have just opened her eyes. Like, come on, like
You would think. But she's still holding on to that love and that future she wanted with him.
even Naruto knew, like, hey, Sasuke, like, if you do attack the village, like, I'm gonna have to fight you.
For
We
real.
might both
I
die.
have to do it for real.
And guess what? If that would have happened, I kid you not, Fauci, that actually happened. It would have been a repeat of that fight on the rooftop where they fight each other,
man.
and Sasuke's gonna run in the middle, and there's no Kakashi. Kakashi cannot stop him this time.
Dude, but imagine if, like, it did happen again, and instead of just jumping in the middle, she jumps up and just bashes them both into the ground, though. You know how cool that'd be?
See, that would have been epic.
See, I feel like there were just so many opportunities, man, for her. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move on to the moment that makes everyone hate her. The I love you Naruto thing, okay? Here's all I have to say about it. Was it right? Not necessarily. But Sai had gotten it into her head that the only reason Naruto was still trying to bring Sasuke back to the village was because of the promise she made him give her. So on that note, I would say she's definitely warranted to lie to Naruto because she thought the only reason he was doing it was for her sake, which isn't fair. She didn't want him to get hurt. She didn't want him to get killed, still pursuing someone that clearly just doesn't want to come back at all. Someone who was probably a little bit lost, you know? By that point, she was like, you gotta stop. And this is the only way it's gonna happen. I know you still have some kind of feelings for me. I love you. Stay here. Don't pursue him. I think it's warranted. I think given the opportunity in real life, if somebody you love is in that much trouble where they're making the wrong choice and it could potentially lead to death, you're going to lie to them to get them to not do it.
Ooh, but at that point, then you have to keep the lie going. Because, I mean, I don't know if Sakura ever had true feelings for Naruto. They've hinted it a few times, but I don't think it was ever concrete.
I think she ever did.
So,
I don't think there were ever any romantic feelings. I think it was more of like, you know how people say soulmates can be more than lovers, they can be friends? I think it's more of that kind of thing.
but after a while, I'm like, you know, even though Sasuke's my boy, I'm like Sakura, Sasuke don't want you. This man right here saved the village. He's a hero. He's a celebrity. Like, and he wants you. Like, he's ignoring Hinata. He's ignoring the best girl for you.
Yeah.
But like, cause let's say Naruto said "I love you" back, and they try to form a relationship. I thought that would have just broken down eventually because Sakura didn't feel that way for Naruto. Because if he said "I love you" back and then tried to start something, and let's say Sasuke did come back, that would have just been terrible.
That's true.
That's some Jerry Springer stuff right there.
She said she loved me, but she wanted my best friend.
Oh, in the case of Naruto, you said that you love Naruto. The results are in. That was a lie.
Oh.
I don't know, like.
I think that if Naruto were the same Naruto from original Naruto, things could have played out very badly with that confession. But since we'd seen him grow, since he'd been through so much already and matured at least a little bit at that point, I think the I love you Naruto to him translated to I care about you. You don't have to keep doing this. You don't have to keep your promise. I think it translated well to him. I don't think he saw it as an actual confession.
Now I think about it, I see what you're saying. Like, that's when a lot of people hate her after this. Because even some of my friends was like, man, listen, she's a thought now.
The streets.
And I was like, dang, I didn't want to go that far with it, but okay. Oh man, it's just that moment. Like, I was like, why? Because to me, the promise that he made to Sakura, the promise that he made, I think it was also more for himself more than anything. It wasn't just for her, it was for him.
I'll agree, but I don't think she saw it that way. I think that, again, like you pointed out, she did kind of use her sway with how he felt with her, for her, oh my, to get him to promise that. And I don't think she saw it as he's doing it for himself at any point in time, other than they were a team. I don't think she understood the connection between the two as much as everyone else seems to think she did. I think it was literally her using his affection to her, getting him to promise that, and then realizing, because of Sai, again, I'm going to point it out, Sai is the one who's like, look, he's not going to stop because he promised you that he'd bring him back. And she was like, oh my god, yep, he did.
Dang, was Sai low-key the worst? Like, just in the background, being all shady.
Like,
oh man. Okay, my last point I'm gonna make. This is during the war arc, and this is when she had a really good showing, and this is where I have all the respect in the world for her. It wasn't until after the battle where Sasuke shows his true intentions of what he wants to do, and I thought, maybe this is a chance for Sakura to step up to the plate. No, she was going back to, certified lover girl. Like, Sasuke, cool, don't do it. And I can't lie to you, I legit thought Sasuke killed her at first. I remember reading it in the manga, and I thought he killed her. Luckily, it was a genjutsu.
yeah,
Because even in that moment, even Sasuke said, like, I don't know why she loves me. I have done nothing for her to love me.
Literally, though.
And, like, I have no reason to love her. So I was like, Sakura, no, you was doing so well.
I will agree. Again, she gets her moments, and then it's like, Kishimoto just says, okay, just kidding.
Like, it was just a prank. But no, I honestly feel like she has her moments, and then when Sasuke comes into the picture, it just melts away.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
So, don't get me wrong, he will always be my favorite. But, he was definitely hindering Sakura for a little bit.
For a little
Because
bit.
even Naruto, like, had to face facts, like, okay, I know I have to take you down.
Yeah. To me, that's still a heartbreaking moment, too, in the anime.
It is. But, they patched things up.
They did.
They worked on their relationship, which I kind of wish we got to see more of, because I think she did go on an adventure with Sasuke. And that's how, like, they conceived Sarada.
Still
Would
hate
love to
that
see
character design of that child. It makes me so mad. I'm like,
You hate Sarada?
got two pretty, yeah, you got two pretty parents, and you're gonna come out looking like Karen? Like, the fuck?
Whoa. There's nothing wrong with her character design. Like, I don't know if she wears glasses, but...
I don't like it at all.
Well, do you at least like the character?
Yeah, I do. I haven't watched a lot of Boruto because they did the original Naruto cast dirty in what I had seen, and I was like, nah, I can't watch you guys do this to the characters I grew up with.
Granted, they did give Sakura a moment at the beginning when she went up to get Shin. She was boxing. Like, she was holding her own. I think the only reason why she didn't beat Shin because Shin cheap shot her.
Like a villain. Just gotta cheat to win.
Mm-hmm.
I did see that, though, in Boruto, that where many of the other female characters were, like, just mom. Sakura was actually like badass, which I appreciate.
Yeah, she was the badass soccer mom. Hinata was also badass too, to a certain degree, but nah, Sakura, like, they showed that she can still box, she can still go.
Yeah,
Like, oh man, where were you at in Shippuden?
for real though. Where were you? I mean, after the freaking strength of 100 seal thing, what happened? What happened?
I remember people tried to say that was an ass pull of her, but I don't think so. Cause like you said, like she learned under Tsunade, one of the Sanin. Tsunade was one of the best medical ninjas ever, so of course she's gonna learn the technique.
Yeah, why would you not? And I mean, the fact that she learned it as quickly as she did is nuts. Like,
Mm-hmm. I wonder when did she learn it. I think the issue is that people say like, why didn't she bust it out during the pain arc? Why didn't she use it against Sasuke? But I wonder when did she actually like truly like master it.
be a good, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Or you
surely
can
she
make
would have
the,
started learning it during the time that they were all separated, but surely she didn't master it until after. I don't know.
I just like to retort, like, you know, in her defense, like when she did pull it out, it was kind of close to the end of the world.
That's true. Maybe she didn't see it necessary with pain, or maybe again it was just a human reaction where she was just in shock of like the whole fucking village being destroyed. I don't know.
Okay, you know what? I will give you that, because like if you saw your town just get nuked,
Like, that's your home. You've been there. Like, what do you do? Like, I don't think you could do anything, and it's just one dude that did it.
like, oh my god, like, okay, now you know what? You're right.
Like, what do you do in this instance? Like, Hinata was in love with Naruto. Hinata, of course, is gonna step up and be like, you don't touch him. But Sakura's over here like, my home. Oh my god. What do I do? Where is everyone? What do I do?
But I will say though, you know, that's still her teammate though, because I think it would have been better if Hinata and Sakura worked together against Pain. But they still would have lost, probably. But they probably would have lasted a bit longer.
Yeah, a little bit longer anyway. But I think that's my
because
main...
remember, Hinata did get a hit off on Pain. She got one.
But I think my closing argument here for her is that her character is fine. Her development's not that great. But when she shows up, she shows up. And also, I just appreciate how caring she becomes. Because, yeah, we see her as the snot-nosed little brat that loves Sasuke in the beginning, but... I mean, we get to where everyone finds out about Naruto having the Nine-Tail, and instead of being harsh like we would expect Sakura's character to be, what does she do? She cries, and she empathizes, and it's beautiful, and it's like, oh my god, like, she's actually capable of, like, caring. And then again, with Sai and his brother and that relationship, she's so empathetic and kind. And I just, from those moments on, you just see more of it, and I think it makes her character beautiful. Is she very strong? She had the potential to be great, and with the seal, like, she was supposedly supposed to be on par with Naruto and Sasuke. I don't know about that, but she was pretty up there. I think she's a good character. I don't think she's great. And I think that Kishimoto should have done a lot more with it. But I do appreciate what he was able to do with her when he himself has admitted not being great at writing female characters.
Okay, like, my opinions of her now, sorry, her at the beginning, a flat tire was more useful. But as the show progressed, there was like inklings of like, okay, she actually is awesome. Even with a couple of missed opportunities, she did have chances to really show what she can do, and she did it really well. And I think, like, I do like her. Like I said, I don't hate her. I just hate her at the start. But you know, that's the whole point of character development. Like, you know, you hate someone at first, they grow on you over time, and then you learn to love them.
Her and Sasuke's relationship's freaking weird, dude. I don't know. The more I think about it,
hate him.
I just... I don't know.
Well, in Boruto, like, their relationship is a lot like more fleshed out, a smidge, and we got to see more of Sasuke's like personality. Like, him hanging out with his daughter was the most funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I thought he was like a absentee parent. I didn't think they would show anything with them because he's gone all the time. I thought that was like the running joke.
No, because he was doing things behind the scenes. He was doing the things that Naruto couldn't do.
Nice.
So yeah, he was gone for long periods of time. And he also felt like he had to atone for everything he did, so he felt like he didn't deserve to be in the village full time too. It wasn't until like he, got to see his daughter again. He's like, maybe I should start coming home a bit more often and stuff. So he still goes on his missions, but he still tries to come home every now and then just to be with Sakura and Sarada. And I'll give Sakura this last point I'll make. She stood by her man, and I respect it.
Yeah. You want to talk about loyal? If she ain't like Sakura, send her back, bro. Like.
That's what I'm saying. But like if I go on a date with someone, so like if I hit you with a Chidori, you know what I'm saying? You're still gonna, it'll still be another date. You still love me afterwards.
I decided to take vengeance against a village that raised me, and like my brother fought for. If I just decided one day I hate them and I want to destroy that, you still gonna love me?
Like, don't get me wrong. People try to say that Hinata's loyal, and she was loyal, but not. I don't know if she was Sakura loyal though. That's some loyalty right there.
If given the same opportunities, like if Naruto had gone dark, I don't know about Hinata staying through that. I think she would have fought, but I think her overall like care for other people other than Naruto would have like overshadowed her love for him at some point.
Like, what would you do in that situation?
Bro, I don't know. Like, Sasuke gave her nothing as far as like reciprocating his feelings for her feelings. Like, I don't know. Given that. Like, just having a high crush on someone and not having it reciprocated, and then having them disappear. I don't know that I would have been like a Sakura, I'll be honest.
I mean, she's just a military wife. When you think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, later. Getting to that point. Like, I don't know. If I could be loyal to a dude who's just, like, overall attitude towards me is annoyance. And then hatred because I'm part of the Leaf Village. I don't know.
And like for me, like, do I want that level of loyalty that I can just do whatever the fuck I want and she's still there? Do I want that? Like, because again, even Sasuke was like, I don't know what you see in me. I flat out been me like, why are you here? Like,
that would have been a cool moment too if they had actually had him break down and be like, "Why are you still here?" And she'd be like, "'Cause I love you." And he's like, "Why?"
Oh, they needed that moment. I wish they had that moment. Honestly, if they ever, because I think Sasuke's supposed to get like his own like little mini spin-off detailing his adventures and stuff. I think it already came out. I'm not sure. If it hasn't yet, I really hope they kind of do that, where like Sakura goes on a mission with him. And he just, not to say a mental breakdown, but like just ask her like, what do you see?
Something emotional, something that shows you're a fucking human, because he doesn't act like one ever.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He just acts like a spoiled little brat. I can't.
Excuse me? But Sakura didn't? Like, he had a reason to.
No, he thought he had a reason to, and then he just like goes back on it. I can't with Sasuke.
Alright, you know what? We'll finish this conversation afterwards.
Yeah.
We might have to do a part 2 for Sasuke, because like even after all this time,
the hatred is still real, bro. The hatred is still real. Man.
But luckily, the hate for his wife isn't that bad.
It's not that bad.
Sakura, like I said, you're the worst at the beginning, but you grow on me in the end. Well, alright, Fives. Any last words before we end this off?
Stop the Sakura hate. Put it on her husband. Thank you.
And my last words is stop the Sakura hate and replace it with the Sasuke love.
Okay.
Alright, you guys, it's been real. It's been your boy Curtis. It's been Fives. And we are out. Peace.
See ya.
Flashy, I know you know me. The way you look at me.